Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. So in today's video, I do want to talk about the most anticipated players that Barcelona is going to be having in the next season. The season is going to be kicking off in about 2 or 3 weeks. There has been many players that we have been seeing during this preseason that has impressed us. And so I do think that would make a very interesting topic, is to talk about who are the most anticipated players. Players that many of us do want to see and do well on the pitch. But first, I do want to talk about the OneFootball app. The OneFootball app is considered and is the best football app you could find in the App Store when it comes to the latest player stats, the latest player news or team news, or any transfer rumors that you are interested in. All of this is compact within one app, and the best thing from the OneFootball app is that it is free. The only thing that you do have to do is go into the link in my description. You will be able to click that link. It'll take you straight to the App Store. Once you're within the App Store, you would be able to download it, and then from there you can pick your desired team on who you do want to follow, whether it's a player or a team. Especially for us FC Barcelona fans, it is going to be a very busy transfer window, and the OneFootball app will be there to inform you immediately and live. But now let's get back into the video. And the way that we are going to be rating this list of players that we are anticipating for the next season is going to be based off their potential, their backstory, and it is going to be focusing on the youth, any player under the age of 25 years old. I do not really want to talk about players like Antoine Griezmann or Messi or Piqué or Samuel Umtiti. We all know what they could deliver. We all know the exact players they are and what is their best version, which is why I do want to speak on the youth players, because there is a untapped potential that we have yet to see. So going into this new season, there is going to be more youth than ever, and it should be very exciting. I'm starting to believe that this salary cap that Barcelona is having at the moment, it could be one of the biggest blessings that Barcelona have encountered, because we have so many academy players that have been looking and doing very well for Barcelona, and the only choice that Barcelona is going to be leaning towards to, if they cannot bring in brand new players to strengthen this Barcelona squad, is to go into the academy. And in this academy, my friends, there is a lot of brand new talent that is emerging. So this list that I am going to be giving out, it is going to be my top 4 players, and just keep in mind that anything could change because we are still in the middle of this transfer window. But like I've said before, because we do have that salary cap, I just do not see Barcelona making any major changes within this Barcelona squad, and so whatever we do have here, it is going to be what we are going to be working with for the next 12 months. So the first player that we are going to be speaking on, it is going to be Youssouf Demir. Now, why Demir, right? Why is this player being talked about so much? Because look, I understand, and I have been seeing many talks going on about Demir. Some are saying that he is being overhyped, that many people are talking about him like if he was world class, which I get, right? Because I get that there's always going to be that adrenaline rush when we see a brand new youngster moving to Barcelona and performing well, especially knowing that that player is a goal scorer. So that hype and that adrenaline is always going to be there. And I remember when Demir first moved to FC Barcelona a few days ago, there were so many stories on his talent and how great he was on the ball. There was a deal that was struck between Barcelona and Youssouf back on July 2021, which was about a few days ago. And right now, Youssouf is on a loan at Barcelona. Barcelona has paid 500k to an Austrian football club, and if Barcelona do want to buy Youssouf and make this a permanent move, Barcelona would have to buy Youssouf for 10 million euros. And looking at these past 2 friendlies that Youssouf has played on, he has not necessarily been world class like many do claim him to be, but he has impressed and he has shown that he can adapt to Barcelona's style of play. And many are looking forward to Youssouf doing very well with this Barcelona club, because again, this is a forward player, this is a number 9, and this is also a number 9 that can play as a right winger or potentially maybe even a left winger. He is a left-footed player, by the way. And as of now, and in the past 15 to 18 months, Barcelona have yet to find their next number 9. We have had Luis Suarez in the past 18 months, but we were looking for a brand new number 9 who was going to be our next big, great goal scorer. We have gone through Lautaro Martinez, we have gone through Erling Haaland, we have gone through Antoine Griezmann, surprisingly, right? But because Barcelona has been going through so many trials and errors, why not try Demir? Why not give him the minutes within the first team in the next season? Because it just does not hurt to try. But look, as of now, we do know that the major plan for Demir is for him to stay at Barcelona B and get him to know how Barcelona should be playing, what are the style of plays, how should he approach every opposition in every game. There is a great big plan for this player. But if Demir continues to have the right teachings and the right counselings, and he is surrounded by great players, Demir can actually learn a lot in a very short time period. His skill set is amazing. The way that he likes to play make in and around the box and cut in well and support the other players when they do need him, he does all of that very well. So it's ultimately going to come down to the sporting department and what their ultimate plan is going to be. If Youssouf continues to impress during this preseason, then there is a chance that he could get some minutes within within the first team. It's really going to be depending on how they plan to introduce that next big number 9. But one thing is for sure, when it comes to Yusuf Demir, this is a kid that does have a massive potential to be a great player in Europe in a few years' time. Now moving on towards the next player, and we are going to be talking about Ansu Fati. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is a player that has to be on the list. You guys know exactly why Ansu Fati should be in this list, because the story itself is the reason why Ansu Fati is one of the most anticipated players for the next season. Ansu Fati was out for the past 9 to 10 months. The world of football has not seen Ansu Fati on the pitch in so long. And I remember a few months ago, the date continued to be pushed further and further. And many were saying, when is Ansu Fati going to come back? And it came to a point where many were worried and many were asking, the fact that we're seeing Ansu be out for 9 months and the date of him returning continues to be pushed back further and further, would he even come back the same? And that question itself, my friends, is the reason why he is going to be one of the most anticipated players in the next season. Is Ansu Fati going to come back stronger than ever, or is Ansu Fati going to come out as a different player, which is the most scariest thing to ask? Because look, one thing is for sure, Ansu Fati, his talent is known. Everybody knows what Ansu Fati could do when he is playing at his absolute best. And Barcelona have greatly missed his profile in the last season. We have seen so many times where Messi and Griezmann and De Jong and Pedri were doing everything correctly, but we needed that player on the left flank to take down the players and have that instinct for goal inside the box. No one could do that better but Ansu Fati. So now knowing that Ansu Fati could be going into that next season under Ronald Koeman and start very early, let's hope that this could be Ansu Fati's biggest season yet. He has broken records a few months ago, being the youngest player to ever score in the Champions League, being the youngest player to ever start within La Liga, and so many other more. We want to see Ansu Fati do very well, and we have heard great reports also about him training well. It is expected that he is going to be joining the first team training session in about 3 weeks, and that he is also expected to be in the squad list by September to play up against Granada. And this will happen if everything does go according to plan. And so look, I know that everyone is hoping that by the end of this season that we are going to be going into, we get to see Ansu Fati alongside Pedri and Frankie de Jong and Serginho Dest and Messi and many other players, while at the same time having Ansu Fati being the face of that front line. Many are going to be rooting for this youngster. And now moving on towards the next player, and we are going to be discussing about Gavi. Now, we have talked about Gavi before in the previous video. There were many reports stating that Koeman does count on this player, that he wants to see more about Gavi in the preseason. And in the last game, we have talked about how he did play very well. He was very composed on the ball. He rarely did lose the ball. He knows exactly what to do. His positioning is very great. And if Gavi does continue to play in this way, then there is a chance that he could participate in the first team and maybe even potentially get more minutes than originally expected. And that is why he is going to be falling in the most anticipated players for Barcelona in the next season. It is because Barcelona is on the verge, and if they do this correctly, to build a brand new dynasty. We now officially have, if everything does go well, Gavi, Pedri, Frankie de Jong, Ricky Puig, and Nico Gonzalez, who could lead this midfield for so many years to come. And I do believe that right now it would be ludicrous for Barcelona to bring in a brand new central midfielder in this summer when they already have another player coming in, which is Gavi. We have heard many reports that Ronald Koeman in Barcelona want to bring in a brand new central defensive midfielder or a center mid, but that would not be ideal when you continue to have great players coming through the academy. If we can have a fully functioned Gavi who does very well at positioning himself and rarely does look out of place and is always involved on the field with Pedri and Frankie de Jong in the midfield, this will be a Barcelona midfield that can serve Barcelona for at least 8 years. So I'm very excited for this kid. I know that this kid will do very well. He is mature. He does have a great head on his shoulder, and I do assume that Gavi is going to continue to start under Ronald Koeman in the next week's friendly match on Saturday. And now moving on towards the last player within this list, and that is going to be Alex Collado. So no, I have not forgotten about this player. Alex Collado is a player that I do admire, and we are going to be discussing this player right now. So Collado has been another academy player that has impressed in the B team, and he is currently impressing within this preseason under Koeman. Now, what makes Collado so different from other players that I have been talking about? What makes him so anticipating, right? And that is because of one thing. It is because of what he did say to the public and the media and what exactly he does want in these next 18 months. And this is what he said, and I quote, "I'm going to work to the maximum to have minutes in the first team. I won't return to Barcelona B. The intention is to continue working and to stay at Barcelona." And so look, Alex Collado has made it very clear. If he does not get the first team minutes at Barcelona and he is given the opportunity to go back to Barcelona B, Alex Collado will be moving away out from Barcelona. He either plays in the first team or he doesn't. And I get that, right? I get that Alex Collado is 22 years of age. He is getting older. His skills has outmatched every second division player in the last season. He is just way too good. And Alex Collado, if anything, should have been in the Barcelona first team years ago. It is long overdue. So I get why Alex Collado is putting this pressure on himself. But that is what I do admire the most, and why I do want to talk about Alex Collado. It is because now knowing that he is very eager to succeed in the first team, when we do talk about Alex Collado trying to break within the starting 11, that is going to be extremely difficult because there's just so many players in the squad list that is looking to break within the starting 11. Now Alex Collado can play in two different positions, which is the right wing position and the central midfield position. Starting with the central midfield position, that position, it is stacked. We just talked about Gavi, De Jong, Pedri, Busquets, Nico Gonzalez, Moriba, and many other great players. Then when we talk about the right wing position, we have Dembele, where Barcelona want to keep Dembele for the next 4 years. Then we also do have Messi and Demir, who can also play as a right winger or a left winger. Demir is a talent who can play in two different positions, and this is probably the reason why Trincao was loaned out to Wolves. It is because there is no room. The sporting department knew this. So looking at these two positions, the best position for Collado would probably have to be in the central midfield position, where he does play the most comfortable, because if anything, Alex Collado is a interior midfielder. He is by no means a right winger. And so now knowing that the midfield, it is stacked, that the competition is going to be very high for Alex Collado, and showing that he does not want to return to Barcelona B, this is what's going to make it so interesting. It is going to be this: what could Alex Collado do that many other players cannot do? But that is going to be wrapping up today's Barcelona Daily News. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know your top 4 anticipated players in Barcelona for the next season in the comment sections down below. Again, I do want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.